Good to go?
I don't know.
Clacker fun?
Clacker fun, ready? Try that one more time.
What? I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that.
Clacker fun. Clapped.
You gotta watch your diet, Slim. All that ABS.
All that ABS, it's not good for you. Do you know how humans like accidentally inhale 4 to 5 Lego pieces every night when they're asleep?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Spiders.
I thought that was spiders,
No.
but it
I
turns
mean,
out it's Lego.
most Americans, but AFOLs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just living and breathing and stuff every day.
Well, there you have it.
Okay, Brickmaniacs, welcome to another Sit Rep. I'm Slam. This is Dylan, and we are here to talk about the new things.
Yes, we're going to talk about the new things, the returning things, all of the things. We got 2 new pre-orders this week and a bunch of stuff getting ready to head out the door. But first things first, let's talk about free stuff because everybody loves free stuff.
Okay,
So
come out
we're-
and get hot with the free stuff.
We're debuting the Perfect Caliber AT4, which is a custom created element, custom created and printed here at the Brickmania HQ. You can see it showcased right now. You can get that free online and in stores with purchases of $200 and over. That promotion will run starting on the 25th, either while supplies last or ending on the 31st. So it's kind of whichever comes first. After the 31st of October, if there are still some remaining in this initial batch, we will put them up for individual sale both in stores and online. But obviously, if you're already going to be picking up some Brickmania awesomeness, then you can just get it free.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Do it or use it as an excuse to pick up some
There you
Brickmania
go. See?
awesomeness. Yeah.
I like it.
It's a great little 3D print, great UV printing on it, 3-sided print.
The detail's incredible.
Yeah, it's great. This is one of those weapons where I had all the source materials to research my print. If you could zoom infinitely, you could read the instructions on the side of that.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
So, anyways, it's fun.
Packed full of detail. But yeah, you can go ahead and pick that up the 25th through the 31st with $200 purchases or afterwards individually, provided there's some left. I don't imagine there'll be a lot. So if you're kind of holding your breath waiting for that, good luck. But there's no reason it can't necessarily return in the future. However, it'll be quite a while because our project list is filled out already quite a ways and it's not on there. So
Yeah, it'll be into 2025 probably.
indeed, it'll be, everything feels like it's already into 2025 now because we're already talking holidays and all that stuff. Crazy.
But we're not talking holidays today.
No, we're not talking holidays today. We are talking about the F1M2 Pete, which is a World War II Japanese naval observation seaplane, and the Space Rover, which is a Brickmania Classic Series or Classic Space, whatever you want to call it. Kit, one by Andrea, one by Andreas. So let's start with Andrea in Italy to hear a little bit more about the F1M2 Pete.
Float planes.
Good morning, Brickmaniacs. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining in. This is the 3rd week in a row we go live from the Italian design studio here on Brickmania TV, and 3rd time is the charm because today I present one of my favorite designs of the year so far. It is a very unique Brickmania kit that's going for pre-order this Friday. One of the most iconic planes of the Pacific War and a kind of unusual and new kit for Brickmania. This week's pre-order is the F1M Pete, Japanese Navy float plane reconnaissance and light bomber. So this is one of the most intricate and complex build I have done this year, and truly is one of my favorite. I absolutely love dark green as a color, so I was very happy to work with this color in spite of the many limitations in parts usage that I have to endure while building with this color. So let's go take a closer look at this week's pre-order. So let's now take a closer look at F1M2 Pete. So Pete was actually the Allied code name of this specific aircraft. So it was developed in the late 1930s. It was meant to be a reconnaissance aircraft that had water takeoff and landing capabilities. So it ended up manning most of the naval squadrons during the war. It was it was present on most heavy cruisers and heavier battleships, especially early in the war, when more advanced aircraft were not yet in service, and it ended up flying missions for the whole 5 years of the war in the Pacific. And it was quite effective in its role early in the early days of the war, when Allied fighter presence was not a menace to these Japanese planes. They played a vital role for the Japanese Navy for connection to very remote islands and outposts in the Pacific, as well as reconnaissance for battle group, carrier battle groups, and other warships. So the design is very simple actually. So it's a biplane, it's got a big float under the main fuselage, a big radial engine, spinning propeller of course. And so let's take a closer look at the actual design. So let me spin it real quick. So most of the colors you see I've managed to build with the actual colors. I'm just missing a couple of the printed parts that will complete this model once in the box. This is still kind of a prototype. So we have a big radial engine. The wings actually have a dihedral and a special feature I will show you in a bit. So the propeller of course spins. So the dihedral is designing the pit. I started from the dihedral and the wings, and once I got this the way I wanted to, I moved on to the other parts. Another difficult part to build was the float, because the floats on seaplanes have a very specific shapes, lots of angles, so I had to get inventive with some of the parts usage. You'll see when you build it. And of course, being a seaplane, but it doesn't always have to be on the sea. I've built a trailer for you to use and display your seaplane on your shelves or in your mocks, of course. So let's take a look now at the main feature of this build, the one that influenced all the design choices I've made while designing the pit. This was in real life designed to be a shipborne plane. So on ships, space is very important. You have to take the least space possible in order to fit as many as you can, and therefore Japanese designers decided to give the pit a folding wing mechanism. And it's the same thing I did. Once I figured out how to build a very sturdy and accurate dihedral, I went on to design a way to fold the wings back exactly like the real thing. So exactly like the real thing, you have to lift up a part of the wing in this section, very gently unclip the top half of the wing. At this point, you can fold your wings back like so. As you can see, it's perfectly angled like the real thing and folded backwards to take up least space as possible. So if you have a Japanese cruiser in 1/35 scale, this is the perfect addition to your cruiser. And you can pick up as many as you want because they will all fit in your hangars. Once you're done and you are ready to take off, you just clip back the wing on top and move on to, to clip the wing, to lock the wing into position once again. And in spite of this mechanism, the wing is still in its place. It remains swooshable and as sturdy as it can be, all things considered. This is not my most sturdy and swooshable plane, but it surely is if you consider all the challenges that went into designing such a fragile plane in real life with all the connection it needs to have to be playable, the dihedral and the absolutely amazing folding mechanism. So that's it from the Italian design studio, ladies and gentlemen. This is the F1M Pit going for pre-order this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Unique, beautiful display model. It's not likely to come back anytime soon, if ever. So if you have a World War II plane collection and you want to add this, do not hesitate. Make yourself an early Christmas gift, because I guarantee you will love the build and see it on your shelves. Beautiful, beautiful figures. Then again, Japanese Navy crewman fits too with his machine gun, and yeah, so overall beautiful, beautiful build. More information on the website comes Friday. See you next time.
So is Pete the name of the plane? Like it's just affectionately dubbed Pete?
Yes, all the Japanese planes in World War II were given nicknames by
the
the
Allies.
U.S. Navy. Yeah.
But I was
So-
hoping this one in particular was named Pete.
Pete.
They all had their own names, you know. This one was like, hey, there he goes. It's Pete.
Oh, there's a Pete. Oh, there's
That
Pete.
was-
And there's Oscar. And
Right,
there's,
exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. It's
Yep.
a terrible joke, but it's funny to me regardless. Okay, and then like I said, we also have a classic space rover. That one is done by Andreas. So now we're heading to the other end of the European continent into Norway
North End.
to hear a little bit more about this space rover. Take it away, Andrea. Zzz. That was close.
Hey guys, it's Andreas here from the European Design Studio in Oslo, and today I have a new kit to show you. This is the Brickmania Classic Rover. So if you remember, at this point last year we did a classic rocket. So that was the first annual. This is the second annual. So in sort of classic tradition, they usually have like the wheeled vehicles or rockets or spaceships. So this time we had to go with a rover. But for the design process of this, it's very different from what we usually do at Brickmania. Usually I'm trying to recreate a historical or military vehicle, but this time I had to kind of figure out on my own what the design would look like. So I very early on had the idea of using these big wheels. I kind of want to build something that is massive, but it's using mostly cheaper and bigger parts. So the price point is not too bad, even though it's the size of this is comparable to our medium tanks or even big tanks at this point. It's very tall as well. So using these big wheels, also adding the suspension, all the wheels are, let me remove this moon base here, and let's see. They are individually suspended wheels that also have suspension, so yeah, you can push that down. That is very fun to play around with, kind of like a classic space monster truck. So it's gonna have the classic red wheels and light gray color, so ignore the colors. Just didn't have those parts in my collection right now. For the prototype, you do get one minifigure. This is just a placeholder, but you do get one astronaut. Last year we did a classic gray astronaut. This time you get one that is black with some funny expressions. And using the classic ray gun, you do get a perfect caliber. Last year we made a red one. This year we are making one in classic blue color. So I think that will be a lot of fun if you got the last one, or you're more interested in this. I think that's a great addition as well. One of my favorite brick arms. Yeah, ignore the colors, as I say. I'm gonna have the trans yellow windscreen here, which is definitely yeah, very classic to those of you who are familiar with the series. Yeah, very fun to play with. You can put a minifigure in the front here, and of course, as I do with most of my kits, I try to include a shovel where it's where I can. So adding a shovel here, it's very fun. Yeah, I think that's it for this kit. Hope you guys enjoy, and back to the studio.
All right. Well, we're right on track moving through for this this excellently tightly wound sit rep. All right, let's get into some of the new stuff that is shipping, including this guy. Yeah, the topside dweller with Robo Butler.
This is cool. This is a Brennan kit and an Amanda figure. And this is, again, in our now getting to be long line of Apocalypse kits. And this Robo Butler, features prominently in said lore. Yep, he floats around, and he's got some pretty great printing.
Yeah.
Little blowtorches printed. He's got printing on 4 out of the 5 domes.
It definitely adds a lot.
Inside the eyeballs, we've got like a printed black ring inside, underside of a stud.
Underside of a stud.
I don't know if I've ever printed the underside of a stud before.
And now you have.
Now I have. Do I recommend it? No, maybe not. But, we did it. So this is a great little kit. And especially a cool fig, because he has a new 3D printed
the armor.
pauldron piece. And it's a new version of the wrist buddy also.
Okay, cool.
With fresh printing.
Awesome.
So
yeah, that's a nice little 1-2 punch there. Fun little kit. Nice little desk display piece if you want it. Otherwise, it's pretty much mock ready to be plugged into your
it is absolutely
scene as well.
ready. I dig it.
So yeah, those I think are still being assembled as we're filming this video. So if they're not shipping out right away on Friday, bear with us. But they'll be heading out the door fairly soon. What won't be heading out the door fairly soon though is the Osprey.
Oh no.
That is delayed a little bit while Dan does some refining on the instructions. However, it will be leaving its pre-order status come Friday, so we will be getting those out the door as quickly as possible. I think we're still in the test building phases, making sure that stuff comes together. It's a big kit. You want the instructions to be as good as they possibly can be because you don't want to get halfway through a massive build like that and then suddenly start tearing your hair out. That would be no fun at all. And Dan wants to make sure that you don't do that. So that's what he's working on pretty much right now.
And part of the reason that's late, aside from hurricanes, is that this last weekend,
Yes, absolutely.
a crew of us went out to the Vallejo store and Mare Island for the Maker Faire. And we continue to build on the sub that we built last year. So
It's on display at the Mare Island location in Vallejo, California, if you want to swing by there and check it out. If you're rolling through Vallejo,
yeah, on your way to Six Flags.
yeah, there you go, on your way to Six Flags. See?
Sure.
Perfectly valid reason to be in Vallejo.
Yeah, but it's cool. We built the rest of the slipway for the sub, and it was a great weekend.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys had fun. Was there other cool stuff to see at Maker Faire this year, different from the previous year?
There was.
Yeah?
I did we see it? No. We were
We were
working.
cooking bricks.
But this is the first time. I mean, I haven't heard of other companies, Lego teams doing stuff like this, like doing a live
Sure.
build in front of an audience, working out of suitcases. I mean,
Right.
So 9 total days, like 12 suitcases worth of brick, and just threw everything we had into building this sub and slipway.
Did you guys do a little bit of reinforcing on the actual sub itself, or was it just, that's because I remember Dan talking about that.
That's what Dan was at a table tearing stuff apart, building it better.
Cool.
Yeah, so good looking build.
Yeah. Does it look good in the window now? I assume you guys put it
Absolutely.
back up? Yeah.
Oh, we threw some brick stuff lights in it too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that's what lights up nice.
Awesome. That's really cool.
That's my recap for this last
Yeah,
weekend.
definitely
at
worth
Mare
checking
Island.
out. And then, obviously, if you missed the last couple of years and want to make a trip out there, it's a perfect time to go check out the store and also hang out with the crew at Maker Faire, which I've heard you guys had some people who really fancied your booth.
Yeah,
They like hanging out, watching
Yeah.
you guys build.
like everybody is so nice. Maker Faire is a great crowd. Like everybody is curious and talkative. Like plenty of great questions, not just how many parts there are.
Sure. Yeah, that is the standard question, no doubt about that.
Yeah. But anyways,
A meeting of the creative minds.
But also, we're building a submarine that was built at Mare Island in a building at Mare Island. So we get to share all sorts of history about the sub building in the Bay Area. Yeah, it's great.
That's sweet. If you guys have ever seen the Hollywood blockbuster film Bumblebee, the final fight scene takes place right in the slip where we're at Mare Island, right near our store.
Speaking of military history,
Yeah,
the famous movie Bumblebee.
the famous movie Bumblebee. That was pretty good. I mean,
It's
I
really
liked
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of funny watching that and being like, hey, it's like that DiCaprio meme. It was like, whoa, I've stood right there. Not relevant to this whatsoever, but whatever. Okay, moving on to a couple more new things. You're putting together a little sticker pack that kind of relates to these guys.
Yeah, because we sell Dweller
classic series
torsos.
torsos,
Yep. I just put together a sticker pack with like all the possible numbers. So if you want to be more specific in your mock and with your blue suited onesie guy.
Blue suited onesie
Blue suited
guy.
onesie. Is that
That's
the
it.
official
We're changing.
term?
I was going
Yeah,
to say we're
yep.
changing dweller to blue suited onesie guy across the board.
And it doesn't have to be a guy. We also have lady torsos.
Yes, which that'll be new this week. We're going to have the Classic Series female torsos available as well. So both of those are around. And then if you catch up with the Road Store at any of the shows, they're featured in our sci-fi Build-A-Fig box. And Dan ordered a bunch of like legs that work with them and stuff too, so you can actually build a complete figure. Obviously, if you're picking them up from the stores, there's some Build-A-Fig options there too. Otherwise, if you're getting them online, supply your own parts, use that pick a brick, do whatever you got to do to make your dweller or blue suited onesie army
complete. Yeah. But if you do pick up those torsos, pick up a sticker pack, you'll have all the choices. There's enough stickers on there to outfit plenty of guys.
Sweet. That's what we like to hear. Nice bang for your buck, so to speak. And then finally, long awaited, I know this release was delayed and people were excited about it. Well, now it is officially getting ready to roll out the door, and that is the latest edition of the modern U.S. Army Rifleman that features that perfect caliber brick arms M4 Army ACOG with PEQ.
Nice.
It's a full sentence.
Well done. Yeah. That is a lot of things strung together. Yep.
But that's an awesome looking figure. It's got a brand new custom created helmet, all UV printed up, ready to roll. So if you're looking to expand your army or get a squad together or do whatever you're going to do with those guys, they'll be available starting on Friday, and then we'll kind of do what we did with the previous ones and try to keep them in stock so that those different flesh tones are available as well.
Cool.
And that's all the new stuff.
Okay. What happens Monday?
Monday, we've got kind of a cool offering, actually. So just as a little added bonus, we are going to bring back exactly 10 copies of the ModCom bundle. You might have remembered that when we initially released the Husky TSV and the ModCom Squad Pack Part 2. So the bundle, we're going to have 10 copies. They're guaranteed to be the last 10 copies available before 2025. I'll tell you that because I think it's like the 15th of December is when they're actually going to ship now at this point.
Okay.
So it's a ways out. But that bundle includes the Husky TSV as well as the ModCom Squad Pack Part 2, and you get a free Perfect Caliber Brick Arms M1887 2-pack available with that bundle as well. So that's the incentive for picking that up. The Husky TSV will also be available separately as well, but the ModCom Squad Pack bundle is the way to go. That's pretty awesome. So again, exactly 10 of those. They'll hit the web at 8 a.m. on Monday. So make sure you're there nice and early to pick those up because I don't imagine that they will hang around long. In addition to that, we also have the M1A2 Abrams. That's the 2024 edition of the MBT coming back on pre-order. And then the HH-65 Dolphin, which is a nice little helicopter.
Yeah, Coast Guard helicopter. Yep.
So that'll be back. That'll round out our pre-orders. Then we've got some stuff getting ready to ship. Flip this bad boy over.
Okay.
One of my favorite pieces of art you've done recently is well, I suppose not necessarily recent, but that Super Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
I love that kit.
Oh, heck yeah.
Absolutely love that kit. That's the U.S. Marine Corps attack helicopter. That'll be getting ready to ship on Monday. We also have the M1151A1 Humvee that has a, how do you even say that? MCTAG, MAC tags? I don't know.
McTags.
Did you see McTags? The McTags are turret. Yeah. Anyways, that one, the one that's on your screen right now, that'll be getting ready to ship out soon. The Panther KF51, that's the next gen German MBT that'll get ready to roll. Yep. Those were all previously pre-ordered. Say that 3 times fast. Flak 38, that's just a straight restock. World War I German infantry, World War I British infantry restocking. We will also be releasing the rest of the modern U.S. Marine Rifleman in desert camo. That was pre-ordered along with the Humvee, though, as well. So there'll probably be a limited offering when it comes to the standalone availabilities for those. Perfect Caliber Brick Arms M1A1 V2 SMG, and then the Perfect Caliber Brick Arms M60 as well. Both of those will be restocking online. And that is everything that you can expect in your Monday and Friday emails.
Well done, Dylan.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It takes a lot of talent to read from a list.
It's a long list.
It is a long list. There's no doubt about that. So
McTags.
how do we end a show? McTags. Yeah, that was bad. Whatever. Go ahead and rip me in the comments. I can take it. The McTags turret.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. And yeah, take care.
See you later.
Like, wait, what's another way to say goodbye? We're out.